The recent study has found out that a common diabetes drug raises the risk of developing bladder cancer by a whopping 63%. It means it's time diabetics should learn how to stop relying on drugs and control diabetes by natural means. And this video will show you how. This is a story about a man who had intermittent claudication, high blood pressure and obesity. Later was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. He has successfully reversed his disease and drastically improved his health. How did he do that? We'll figure out soon.
I was told that I had intermittent claudication, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and I was also overweight. Not a lot of pleasure there. The disease made it increasingly difficult to do much. I had become a prisoner to my house and garden. Exercise was out of the question, my legs simply couldn't cope, but it was hoped that angioplasty to each leg would cure the problem. It didn't. My doctor assured me that my high blood pressure could be treated by a cocktail of drugs and by weight loss. The cocktail of 4 different drugs worked, but I could not seem to lose weight. So when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, I was given a choice. More drugs to control the blood sugar. Or I needed to completely change my diet. Since I was already taking 4 different drugs for blood pressure, I thought it best to try diet control. But where to start? While my diabetic nurse, after provided me with a blood sugar monitor, said I should aim to stay under 9. And my doctor recommended it was best to aim to get the readings under 7. At first I was taking blood samples 3 times a day and was truly astonished at how my blood sugar jumped about. I was shocking when I discovered that plain porridge and water, which I absolutely loved, would produce a reading of 16. I thought it is a slow-release multigrain. I had always assumed it would be good for my health. More shockingly, a single apple showed a reading of 12. And my favorite drink, tea with milk but no sugar, showed a reading of 10. I was so confused. What I was told to be good for my health now clearly skyrocketed my blood sugar. I had no choice but to research and figured out what foods worked for me. I did, and look. My current long-term reading is 5.3. A big drop from the high readings I used to produce. I've learned that the body needs water and lots of it. So I eliminated sugared fizzy drinks and opted for plain boiled water. But, low-calorie tonic water or mineral water is a safe choice. Tea without milk is also good choice, if plain water seems too boring. Green tea is the best. I also start a day with detox water, refreshing and helps boosting my metabolism. Like I told you, foods which I believe that are good for my health, actually elevated blood sugar fast. Like other diabetics, I must learn how to control carbohydrate intake, in my case to under 40 grams a day. The crucial thing is to eliminate all kinds of simple or refined carbohydrates off daily diet. Foods such as bread, cakes, sugar, rice, cereals, jam, baked beans, pasta, cookies, and honey, are definitely no-no foods for diabetics. Grains, even whole grains, potato, fruit juice are off the list. Be careful with artificial sweetener, diet foods, sugar-free foods, commercially prepared soup, health, and canned foods. They contain more sugar than you think. Avoid processed foods as much as possible, and certainly, do not eat any kind of hydrogenated fats or trans fats. I admit it was not easy to stay away from carb-rich foods, especially the cookies at first. But eventually I am accustomed to new way of diet, which turned out was much tastier than I thought. I learned that low glycemic index foods are beneficial to control blood sugar. So I increase my intake of vegetables such as spinach, broccoli, cabbage, runner beans, Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. Cheese and butter don't raise the blood sugar, so don't be afraid of them. You can add nuts and seeds to your diet in small amounts. But you should avoid salted nuts. Because salt stimulates the taste, so it makes you overeat. Fruit is natural candies. They can be very high in sugars, so use in moderation. It's best to save fruits for special occasion. Do not add sugar to your drinks. Sweeten with cinnamon instead. Avocados are the best fruit for diabetics. They are low in carbohydrates. They contain excellent source of essential nutrients and so easy to introduce into your diet. I learned to buy and eat only genuine and organic lean meat, poultry, along with plenty of oily and white fish such as salmon, haddock, tuna, swordfish, mackerel, and kipper. I also learned to cook with olive or coconut oils. While coconut oil helped with weight loss, olive oil contains unsaturated fat which is good for your health. The result is awesome. After just 4 weeks, I have lost 10 pounds in weight. My good cholesterol is high. My bad cholesterol is low. My blood sugar is under control. I live a healthy life after many years. I haven't felt hungry at all when I started changing my eating habits. Though sometimes I still miss cookies and cakes, but I occasionally do give myself a small treat. It doesn't do any harm in small amount. I'm planning to lose more 20 pounds and I know now that this is achievable. The more weight I lose, the more able I am to increase my activity levels, and the more incentive I have to control my calorie intake. At last I feel that I am taking back control of my body and discovering that you really are what you eat. It's never too late to claim back your life. Just start.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like to get more videos like this. Thank you again.